family. I'm glad you've clicked in so I can check in with you. What's kicking? This is Mr. Batchan. You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about what you felt as a kid growing up and what you would like to do. Yes, play pro sports. Come on now, every last one of you guys out there and ladies too home watching wanted to be a pro ball player. Me, I wanted to play pro football, and hey, I'm here talking to you guys. I wish I was another venue talking to you guys, but that's what I wanted. I wanted to play pro football. I'm more built like a defensive back, and let me put it to you like this. I'm the same height, weight, and age as Darryl Green, who just retired from the Washington Redskins, because that's who I equate, wanting to play ball, because he's around my age and this, that, and all that. But I wanted to play ball, and I know you wanted to play pro ball, whether it be football, baseball, hockey, tennis, you name it. Whatever pro sport there is out there, I guarantee that you probably had an inkling and you wanted to play that sport. Now, with that being said, you know what that leads into? You know what that segues me into? That's a segue into reality sports TV. You know why I say that? Well, Michael Irvin's got 4th and long, 6 DBs, 6 wide receivers trying to get a shot at the Dallas Cowboys. Last year, there was 2 cricket players from India who were going to get a tryout with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Then you've got Terrell Owens, who's got his own reality show on VH1, and he showed up with a bunch of cameras up in Buffalo. Then you also have the Pros versus Joes with Michael Strahan, and he's the host of that. What else we got? Oh yeah, we've got Hard Knocks, starring the Cincinnati Bengals. This is going to be a good one. This is almost like Real Sports with Brian Gumbel and TMZ rolled into one, the way they've got a record at that team. And so, what do we got? 4th and long. Joes versus Pros. Hard Knocks. And what was that other one I got there? Oh, yeah, T.O. with his own reality thing. Now, all of these people, like, they're getting their shot. They're getting a shot, a much better opportunity than, like, say, years ago when, well, how can I put it? Really can't put it that way. Well, let me just say this. These guys are getting an opportunity to be almost like a walk-on onto a college and get that scholarship. But in this case, when you walk onto a pro team, that scholarship is mega money. Now, the reason I follow that up and say that is that, I love my sports talk radio. I listen to my sports talk, and whenever I can hear the ball players from the respective area teams on the radio talking about their team and what's going on inside the team, I love it. WFAN had a some kind of fair out at Citi Field where the Mets played not too long ago. Benigno and Roberts, who do the midday show, were out there that weekend, and they had Antonio Pierce on the program. So they're talking to Antonio Pierce, the Giants. They're talking about how they did. They brought up the thing about Hard Knocks, and Antonio Pierce says, what's that? We don't want it. Tom Coughlin wouldn't have put forward. Well, Tom Coughlin's probably a button-down kind of guy, and the kind of organization of the Giants. So I don't think they would get with that scrutiny too much. I don't think that they would be with that program too tough. And it comes out in that interview, I believe, that they had approached the Giants about that, and they turned it down. Now, as they would in the conversation, Pierce made, they got to a point where, how would you like it if one of those guys came off of one of those reality things and lined up with you, and all of a sudden they scoffed at it, like brushed it off, because Pierce turned around and told the 2 radio guys, how would you like it if some guy did some reality show and wound up sitting next to you here doing this? Wait a minute, in some cases you can't see beyond yourself. There are some guys out there that have mad skills, but never got the opportunity to show it so that they can get on that big stage. A lot of you guys out there know some sort of ball player, whether it be baseball, football, basketball, hockey, soccer, tennis, you name it. you know a couple of guys out there that like, wow, if this guy got the break, he would be able to be on the level of such as some of those guys in the pro ranks. So what I'm getting at here is that these pro guys, look, I mean, you know, hey, y'all got the pros because you were able to get into a situation where you were able to get to that pro level. Like, hey, for instance, Harrison, the guy he's talking about, he don't want to go to the White House. I think he's been sacking too many quarterbacks, and that's another thing altogether. Harrison, undrafted free agent, wound up being the defensive player in the year. That means the guy was hungry. You know, it wasn't given to him on a silver platter. You know, they didn't, you know, hey, you know, you can get through and then get drafted a la Pac-Man Jones. You know, those guys that have that God-given talent and, you know, and get a free pass because, you know, they're good. But you got some other guys who, you know, who are real hungry. Like, hey, like the running back for the Giants. No, not the Giants. The running back for the Jets. I believe his last name is Green. Grades dropped down. He dropped out of school, was moving furniture. Furniture, became hungry, came back. Well, he's a 24, 25-year-old rookie. He had to leave school early, but, you know, you don't get that many more chances. You know, so, hey, those are the kinds of guys that are hungry. You know, they want to play. So whenever these pro whoever, whether it be sportscasters, pro ball players, anybody like that, when they want to turn around and discount some of these reality and competition shows, remember this. They had a dream to be a pro ball player just like you and I did. And if this is a good way, or if this is another way for a person who has the skills and the determination to get to the pro ranks, don't close the door on them and don't laugh at them, because you know what? They might come out there and kick your ass. This is Mr. Bat.